so betrayed. When the cold water touched my face, it was enough. Now the chill up your spine when you wear your bedroom eyes, but the arm around isn't mine, it is enough. I hear the sound of the shore, the waves retreat, beats out of school, but I ain't listening anymore, it is annoying. When the house in your home, couple things you can't condone, you might be better off alone, it is annoying. I was dreaming of a lover just like you. My love come and gone through the chances I have blown, but the vision now is vanished from view. Felt so betrayed. When the cold water touched my face, it was enough. Well, what would I do, see what you are not? It is and you think distant thoughts of how. Yes, well I would think for and I would think wide, and I hope that I will never be recognized. Oh, oh. All of them people back on knees above, where they will look down but you never look up. Yes, and they'll all say that they're no cooks, but their names are Epstein's little black book. Oh, you and me, we would be back in the woods, having me crying in their dreams. I wish the don't touch us, for they taste the way that they stink. Go out and make your money, go out and have your fun. Love don't you feel, but we all be here still staring towards the sun. Till the price inflates and your pipe's been scraped around. Oh, and you cry over it, they try your case, refer you to them skyward gates. I wish It's endless. I wanna be the spineless spendthrift out to climb the temptress. Oh, the while thinking I will be all the while thinking. You guys remember the clap? Not. Well, I felt it in the forest back when I was just a tourist, laughing at them cities made of glass. You down by the stream with your $1 million dream, only $2 left for gas. Hey, oh, little star, oh, wrapped around me and you wore my favorite seafood dress, but you gotta wait. Oh, now, child, look outside, it is Monday morning, gotta put your face and get your dress. Oh, 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 oh. Down in the sand where we planned and we planned to give the great unwashed back. All those years ago, love, before we come to know that we'd only smell like it ourselves. Hey, oh, little star, oh, wrapped around me and you wore my favorite seafood dress, but you gotta wait. Oh, now, child, look outside, it is Monday morning, gotta put making money, I will be with you there in spirit. Somewhere there's a gem where all the mice behave like men, oh, but they would never let us near it. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, did I swear that I would have it? You're so good at making money, I will be with you there in spirit. Somewhere there's a gem where all the mice behave like men, oh, but they would never let us near it. I felt it in the forest back when I was just a tourist, laughing at them cities made of glass. You down by the stream with your $1 million dream, only $2 left for gas.
That was fun. Thank you. Thank you guys for being here, by the way. This is great. Now, I have to ask you, there was a part there that sounded like you had a kazoo programmed in the keyboard.
Yeah, that's kind of like my substitution for an electric guitar. My electric guitar is giving me problems, so, I make do with what I can.
Did you actually play a kazoo in there?
I sampled a kazoo, and I put a little distortion on top of it. It's my secret recipe. I can't give any more details.
Okay, fine. That's okay. We had our own little dance party in the corner there. Thoroughly enjoyed it. How did you guys all meet each other? Was this a Craigslist compilation, or how did you all get together?
Fate, as he said. Yeah. We're on a mission from God. Depending on what you want to call it. Yeah. Her. Depending on what you want to call her.
Now, last time I saw you guys, and this may have been a little while, you were actually playing with a communist daughter. In Balto. It was shortly after a rather ill-fated election.
Yes, actually, yeah. We debuted our first song that we're gonna play, the first time that we debuted our song called "Hey Hey USA," we played that night. I remember it well. It was almost a year ago, actually, maybe even a little further than a year ago. But yeah, we're gonna play that again tonight, so we'll look forward to it. It's a topical song that kind of captures some of the frustration involved with that incident from all sides.
Yeah, there were a lot of those pink-eared hats at the show.
Yeah, I had one.
I think I have a few pictures of you wearing it that night.
It was in my pocket, so you wouldn't have. But
Okay, someone here was wearing it.
He always wears that hat. It's nothing special.
It's your go-to.
You really gotta do the drum roll.
And not drop my stick on the ground.
Okay, so what are you going to play next?
what is next?
We could do Clock Tower.
Next, we're gonna play a song that's called Clock Tower, but we changed the name, so it's gonna be something else in the future.
Why not Clock Tower?
That's no fun.
Oh, okay. All right, well, let's hear Clock Tower.
All right, thank you. It's a locomotive.
Well, I spent a lot of money on the breakdown, honey. I did it just to say that I did. I told you not to tell it, but you always get so jealous and you couldn't keep it under your lid. I'm questioning your virtue not to hurt you, darling, but how else would I know you're mine? Till you take all the abuses, wrap them up in good excuses, and the 4 o'clock tower to climb. Bang, bang. Old Artie clings to a sheet. Says the celebration started with a kick in the teeth. He's wrapped in filthy bed and having dreams of building 7, thinking, man, oh man, it's good to be me. Oh, Lordy asks for a beating. Oh, Lordy sits on his hands. Oh, they climbs a mountain crying me for student council with a little more resolve than his plan. Here.
Someone's been snorting sucralose in the parking lot again.
What do you have against jazz hands? Come on.
Jazz hands?
I was kidding.
They make me uncomfortable.
Okay, no more jazz hands.
But you can do it. I don't mind being uncomfortable.
Okay.
That's where I'm most comfortable is when I feel uncomfortable.
All right, so talk to me a little bit about musical history. Like, when did you first pick up a guitar?
Probably like 6 or 7 years ago.
And why the guitar, of all things?
I wanted to play Bob Dylan songs.
So tell me, was Bob Dylan one of the first albums you ever bought?
No, the first album I ever bought was Murder Was the Case soundtrack. It's a Snoop Dogg vehicle.
That is surprising. Although, excellent album. Not going to hate.
It has its moments.
So tell me, what was your first album?
It was a tape cassette. It was Mozart's Greatest Hits.
Did you buy this album for yourself?
No, my mom bought it for me. Then my sister bought me Wham, so, you know, it explains a lot.
What was the first album you actually bought yourself?
Paul Simon, Graceland.
Nice. All right, I'm going to pass the mic around. Have everyone answer that one. First album you bought.
Dookie by Green Day, I believe. Keeping it classy. Yeah, that wasn't nice. Yeah, punk rock.
Offspring, Smash. Yeah, go with that.
I have to be honest. I bought Ace of Base, The Sign. Yes, that was my first album. Yeah, it's true.
I take your bandmates didn't know that one.
Sorry. That's why he's always singing it in the shower.
Okay, wait a minute. You're not going to hate on someone singing in the shower, right? You sing in the shower?
No, I never sing in the shower. I talk to myself. I mumble in my beautiful monotone voice. You know, if I try to sing, it just doesn't ever turn out right.
Okay. Are you one to sing in the shower?
Yes.
And imagine it's not same songs. You're not singing Ace of Base.
I always sing A Change Is Gonna Come, Sam Cooke. I can't sing it, but like I know if I ever can, then I've improved. I still can't.
So that's like your benchmark as a vocalist?
That's the pedestal that I look up at. Okay. Yeah.
Very nice. Now, your vocals, they're very, I'm trying to think how to put this, very unique. You've got kind of almost this twang, but not quite a twang. Do you listen to a lot of country?
I don't think I've ever listened to much country. Johnny Cash, a little bit. Yeah.
Right. So it's just a natural sound.
I think I'm putting it on. I just don't know why.
Fair enough. All right. Well, let's hear some more of it. What do you have next?
We're going to play a song about the Iranian Revolution of 1979.
All right. Here we go.
Topical. Oh, okay. I forgot about that. Sorry. We can do that one then. Go ahead and bring it up. In the summer of 1976, my older brother was kidnapped and taken to a small village in the north of Iran where he was indoctrinated with jihadi ideology. It was the best time of his life. And after a couple years, he moved down to Tehran and he stormed the United States Embassy and he took all those people hostage. And he sent me a letter detailing all the trials and tribulations of his time there. And he was so happy. He ate peanut butter and jelly sandwiches right in front of them, even though he knew they couldn't have anything to eat, and he made it into the inner circle with his cruelty, and he told me this. It's the one thing he wanted me to know. The Ayatollah wears a wig, man. He shuts the door to his room. Beyond the gaze of his children, he combs his hair with a spoon. For what a treat to feel lovely, and golden locks never shone. Oh, let them say we are ugly, oh, 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 they've never seen us perform. We're gonna give them the good way, we're gonna sink in our teeth, Yeah, hit it.
1, 2, 3, 4.
some foreign man's family fills. They say we burn down, and we build. For there ain't no sense in the stampede standing still. Oh, here we go now, pale and fragile. I
saw a little nod over here.
That was song number 3. That was our rule, right? 3 songs and then we talk.
Yeah, we mix it up a little.
I don't know why people like to talk to musicians anyway. I mean, we're so much better spoken with our instruments and with our mouths.
You know, I like a little bit of both. It's okay to talk and play. Yeah.
The origin of Ezra Bell, the name Ezra Bell, it's a long, dark story that changes from time to time, but we've never actually told it on air before.
I feel like you're about to start a story with, it was a long, dark, stormy night.
You know, I could start a story. I could skip to you a story, but I'm not going to. Not tonight.
That's all right. I feel like there's some jokes going on back here. What's going on, man?
Not a whole lot. Just enjoying the commentary.
He just can't take anything seriously.
That's okay. You don't have to here. All right, let's talk more about
Can we plug our show?
You read my mind. I was about to ask about your upcoming stuff. Let's plug some of your upcoming gigs.
Okay.
Freaking mind reader.
All right. Well, tomorrow we're picking up a nice big van and we're driving it north up to Seattle, where we're playing the Sunset Tavern with a band called the Banditos.
I know those guys. Yeah. They've played here.
Oh, have they?
They have. I think we've got some stickers of theirs back there.
Nice. Well, we'll make sure to say hi for you. We're going to be on the road with them for just a small stretch. We're going to be playing with them up at Sunset, and then we're coming back here on Sunday night to play Doug Fir. And we'll be opening, so all you people who work, you guys can come and check us out early, and then stick around to see Banditos, of course. Yep.
Will you have merch at this show?
We certainly will. We have our backlog of EPs that we've created over the years, over the last 4 years, and we have some T-shirts, but we are in the process of finishing up our new album, which is due out in April or May, it's looking like.
So how do you think that new album is going to compare with the one you just last released?
Well, it's going to be about 3 times as long, first of all. It's about...
Sorry to interrupt you.
I saw the wave.
The track lengths are approximately 15%.
So the biggest insult and the biggest compliment are both about this new record that I've ever gotten about our music. The first one was from an ex-girlfriend, and she was upset, and this is exact. This is verbatim. It's circus music, is what she said. And then I played it for my mom. She's forgiving the other day, and she's like, "Oh, I love this. This is circus music." So it's circus music. You'll see. It's very cinematic.
Okay. I was thinking more like some of the earlier songs you were playing remind me a little bit of like New Orleans jazz. Like I almost want a tuba in here.
Talk to him.
Do you play a tuba?
No. Tuba's cool. And my buddy Dan Brown's a doctor of tuba, but tuba isn't my range. So it's not really, my best friend or anything like that, but it's cool.
He doesn't like competition. There's no competition for Darren.
Okay, so you guys have already ruled out the tuba.
Well, we haven't, but he has.
Which means we all have.
Okay. Hive mind going on here. All right. So the new album, little more jazz sound going on then?
No. We do all kinds of stuff.
All right, fair. Well, we'll just have to wait. Is it going to come out on Spotify or Bandcamp, or where all do we look for it?
It's not coming out until the spring, but it'll be out on all of those platforms that things come out on. We're also gonna, that's it.
Do you have
We're pretty excited because we had it mixed by, there's this Finnish guy. He's actually a professor of music, and he is in Helsinki, and he won the Nobel Prize last year for sound design, and he mixes everything by sight. I don't know if you've ever been in a studio, but when they mix, they have the waveform in front of you. Yeah, so this guy, his name's Dr. Von Brink. He doesn't actually listen to the music. He mixes the entire record just by vision. It's pretty cool. If you go to his place in Helsinki, we've all been. We went on a field trip. He has this giant thing with these huge flat screen TVs with the waveform of the albums, and he just says, come in, and he says, look at this beautiful music. You don't even listen to it. You just admire the waveforms. So we're pretty excited to have it mixed by an award-winning Finnish professor of music, Nobel Prize winner.
That is very cool. And I love that you referred to going to Helsinki as a field trip.
Yeah.
Tell me about that trip. What was it like for you?
I can hardly remember it, to be honest. I'm a really bad person to answer this question. I know what Ben tells me, though.
Okay. Let's have you answer that one.
It was magical. It's almost like, I mean, not exactly like, but it's almost like it never happened. Yeah.
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 True. It was almost like a dream.
Right, dream world that we're talking about. Right. Okay. Killing me, guys. Okay, so you've got shows coming up. Doug Fir, new album coming out in April. Where's the best place for people to go to find out about upcoming shows, albums, that sort of thing?
Yeah, absolutely. Probably the best place is EzraBellBand.com. That's our website, of course. Facebook, that doesn't necessarily...
I mean, you're wrong. It's just better. Facebook's better.
Well, Ben, let's agree to disagree for this one now. Remember what our therapist said. Just walk it back. Thanks.
So Facebook or the website. Got it. Okay.
I was in the process of starting a Twitter right before the show started because our new PR company really wants us to have a Twitter handle, and I didn't know anything about handles, so
This is all me.
All right.
Yeah. Mostly just balances things on his head when he carries them.
All right. No handlebar mustaches even. You're considering it?
I'm gonna go for it. I'm embracing handlebars.
Okay.
Breakthrough. This is big.
Okay, good. I'm glad to inspire. All right. Let's hear your next inspired song. What do you want to play?
Oh, we're gonna play a song called "Sad Dan Hussein." How much time do we have left?
We got about 20 minutes.
20 minutes. Okay, this is like 18 minutes song, so.
All right. We'll just cut it out.
Better get started.
All right. Let's hear it.
This night, this room, the voices boom, the loop plays on repeat. Cries of death and faint regret, good news is that which bleeds. And I hear he can't be trusted, I hear he's half a man, exaggerates and masturbates alone with his left hand. There were bloodstains all morning,
gonna do a little tuning here. Let's skip those thoughts. Sorry, this is dead air, isn't it? Dead air. Breathe some life into that air, Aaron. Hate this song.
I am ready.
If you don't eat what you'll fit, you might find a price upon your head. You might be surprised just how little you'll fetch. Hey, 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 USA. Your press sells me fiction as fact. All leaders, some liars, grown fat. From fruit that they picked while they stood on our backs. Hey, 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 USA. While you're out there protesting that dumb Donald Trump, what of the system that sells us this junk? How they stole and they lied from the aisles either side. While we were throwing stones, they plundered the divide. Oh, them bodies and the flames, they just punch you toward the plains. If disease who you trust, good night, kids, good love. Oh, if disease who you trust, good night, kids, good love. No wonder them pigs hide their face when they spray those poor Indians with wings. If your blood does not boil, your heart does not race. Hey, 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 USA. They're planning some new war tonight. They'll pay you big pigeons to fight. If you think that's freedom, I guess that's your right. Hey, 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 USA. While you're out there protesting that dumb Donald Trump, what of this system that sells us this junk? How they stole and they lied from the eyes either side. Well, we were throwing stones, they plundered the divide. Oh, them bodies and the flames, they just want you toward the plains. If disease who you trust, good night, kids, good love. Oh, disease who you trust, good night, kids, good love.
Thank you. This is our other song called Tuning. It's a little bit different, but very similar in general. Yeah. Tuning Back. Yes, Tuning Back. It's the sequel. The remix is coming out later this year on our following EP, not our next album, but the following EP.
I would like to just mention that today is the 250th anniversary of the heroic defense of Fort Ticonderoga. The force is led by my great uncle. And when they'd finally fought off the British forces, he stood among them and he wanted to read them a passage from his Bible to celebrate. And it went like this: I don't practice Santeria, I ain't got no crystal ball. If I had $1 million, well, I'd spend it all. If I could find that Hannah and that Sancho that she's found, well, I would pop a cap in Sancho and I'd slap her down.
Well, the girls have all gone, they have gone from the boy, they have thrown their clothes at the oncoming cars, leaving us two just to swoon and to bluff with the mythical midnights to time and touch. When you leave my reflections away, and the calendars close, they keep counting my age. When everything falls, it when the clouds retreat and the rivers turn back, we'll go and find someone to save. You and me will go and find someone to save. We'll see Berlin in the spring, la la da da. We'll walk there together down separate strings. We will write it down and forget what it means. We will laugh with our heads in the sand.
How am I supposed to talk after that? It's crazy. All right, so obviously I'm having fun over there, and I know I've been to shows where it's a lot of fun. What do you hope to see when you look out at the audience?
That's one of those 7 words you told us not to say.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I'm just kidding.
There's not a radio-friendly version? Come on now.
People.
Okay.
Yeah, ironically, at every venue that we like playing at, there's so much lights on the stage that you really can't see what's going on in the stage. But we like to hear people, and we like to hear dancing and stuff, you know. The sound of dancing, there's nothing like it.
I see. You have some of your songs earlier where people are actually snapping and clapping. I imagine there's always at least that one person in the audience who's completely off. How do you handle that when you hear it?
Invite him up on stage. Invite him up on stage.
Just so you can kind of get them in sync, try and teach them rhythm.
No, just so they can make a fool of themselves.
Add to your own entertainment, I see. Okay. All right, so we've got just a little bit more time, so we want to... All right, anything else you want to mention or plug before we wrap things up?
Should we tell them the Ezra Bell origin story?
That's too long a story. Come on now.
What's the date today?
26th.
It's the 26th. Happy birthday, Rebecca.
Aw. Any shout-outs? Moms, whatever.
Hi, Mom.
Okay. On that note, what's your last song?
It's an old one. It's called Junk Food Chimney.
Nice. All right, here is Junk Food Chimney. Thank you, Ezra Bell.
Thank you.
I would be happy if I died today. If I go on living, I will try to save. And all of our old quarters may swing down soon. We are calling from the rafters our clarity of look. But for now, let's make love with the lights on. And I will wonder where you have been, nor with who. The pictures of your saints hanging crooked from the drywall. The body of the goddess in your favorite shoe. And none need understand all the reasons we have come here. As the days grow shorter, they may have their say. But look me in the eye before they do, little
might die today.
You left your earring on my stand. Oh, you left your bite marks in the rain.